The 2025 season started off pretty well, and then we did hit a little bump in the road, I would say, going against Syosset and Port Washington, like all in the span of the week. We had these big major teams. We ended up getting past it. We showed a lot of grit towards the end against the teams that we knew we needed to beat. Ended up having like a pretty even record. We made playoffs, and that first round playoff game happened where we lost after 4 overtimes. It was just like really heartbreaking. Like I remember crying on the sideline, and everyone was telling me like, Haley, like you have one more year, and I just kept saying like, wow, we could have done so much more. If I just pulled that flag or if I just caught that ball, like we could have been so much further than here. It was definitely scary to lose such valuable girls to the team, because it's like you're walking into uncertainty and you don't know like what the next year is going to be like. I was more concerned about the pieces that we were losing. We were losing Sam as a star receiver towards the end of the season. I mean, Ava, of course, the biggest loss we've probably ever had. She was really incredible at what she did. She was the reason we won most of our games. She had insane yardage. She was an amazing running back.
When Moody pulled me over and told me he was going to call me up to varsity freshman year, I was very scared.
I was completely shocked when I got asked to be on varsity.
It gave me a lot more confidence on the field and to play and go out and even try new positions.
I knew I was fast, and I was guessing that was my big reason why I was pulled up, because I had the potential. For the game in the pouring rain on defense, I remember getting like a lot of sacks that game, and that was like when I realized like maybe this is something I really could do.
I was definitely confident that Victoria was going to be able to step up into Ava's shoes, even if she didn't completely fill them.
I wanted to be like her. I would try to mimic what she did.
Just watching her watch Ava in practice and seeing her so invested in what she did, and she would get upset every time she like messed up, and she would want to do better and she would want to work harder.
She really inspired me, and she encouraged me to be my own person and develop like my own playing style.
Seeing that showed me that she was really dedicated and she really wanted this.
I feel like everyone really believed in me, which I felt like a little pressure from it, but I hope that I could live up to their expectations of what they had.
Our throwing game definitely wasn't the best the first 2 years that I played.
Losing to Valley Stream in the quarterfinals, having so many opportunities to score and we just didn't, it really hurt the confidence I had for how far we can go the next year.
I was really excited when Moody called me and Caitlin, because we were the first ones that got to see this new quarterback, see what she can do, how she threw. I've known Irini for a little bit, so I knew she was good at sports. I wasn't sure how good she was going to be at football.
I heard from Haley that she knew a freshman, and I was first very scared because I didn't know if having a freshman come in and play quarterback was going to really benefit our team.
We ran a couple routes and Irini threw us the ball, and I remember the first time I caught Irini's ball, I was like, wow, that was a good throw. Like, it came straight to my chest. It was a hard, good ball that I caught. Like, I looked at Caitlin, I was like, she's really good. Like, I'm really excited for this.
She had a very confident personality, which I guess inspired confidence around her, the way she was always so confident in her abilities.
We realized, even early on, getting the ball down to Haley or Caitlin so many times, that was just going to help us get so many more touchdowns, so many more points on the board.
It was just really reassuring, because I knew that losing Ava was going to be hard to replace, and I knew that our run game really wasn't going to be the same, so we needed to figure out new ways to win. So getting Arini and realizing that we can throw the ball this year was definitely okay, like our team's going to be fine.
Overall, like knowing it was going to be a younger team, I was definitely a little bit nervous.
I didn't know how knowledgeable or how skillful some of the girls coming to tryout were. I kind of expected it to be like, oh, we're not going to do that great because these girls don't know what they're doing yet, and they don't know how to run routes, or they don't know the proper way to pull flags.
I knew that a bunch of the girls on JV that got pulled up for playoffs last year really wanted to play and to improve.
And some of the girls were really athletic, so I thought that they could be on varsity and that they could help the team.
I wasn't there for the first day of tryouts, so I came the second day. I wasn't really sure what to think, and then I ended up getting a little hurt. So I was sitting there on the sideline and I was just watching, and I was watching with Caitlin. We were looking at everyone pulling flags and catching the ball and everyone laughing and having fun, and that really was something to see because it showed me and Caitlin that we weren't just here to play another season. Like, we had a lot of potential.
What I was impressed the most by was how quickly people picked up on things, because the jump from JV to varsity, it's definitely big.
There's a lot of talent. Knowing that a bunch of the other girls play so many other sports, they already have so much stamina and just strength.
Our team also had a lot of hard workers, and hard work tops talent every day in my book.
And how much dedication we had to improve and to just play on the field, I thought we could really go far.
Me and Caitlin last year during the Plainview game, we were losing by a lot. Everyone was kind of sitting down, they were mopey, some girls were on their phones, and I've never been that athlete who would just brush off a loss. So I kind of got up and I told Caitlin, I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, we need to bring this team together. Like, people don't care that we're losing by this much. So we kind of called them into a huddle, and I wouldn't say that we critiqued them at all. I think we were just trying to encourage them. And Moody came over and he saw that, and he had a conversation with both of us after, saying how it was really amazing to see and that we should be doing that more often. And I kind of took that to heart because I was like, we should be doing this more often. Like, this is something that needs to happen. So I really wanted the team to be really close this year, and I wanted us to work together, and I wanted us to be fully dedicated.
She had a very influential role. I think without her, not a lot of the team bonding would have happened.
Haley would be asking the group chat if anyone wanted to go to brunch or dinner.
There was one day after practice where we went to Panera Bread and we sat there for 3 hours just talking.
She's the one who drove people if they didn't have rides. She planned the Mets game.
That bond that we had doing all those activities, having pasta parties, everything like that definitely contributed to how we played on the field because it's such a team sport.
I noticed on the sidelines, people are talking to each other and cheering each other on. It just made everyone feel that they were being encouraged by other teammates.
I consider this team a family all the time when I'm referring to them. They were the best group of girls that I ever played with, and I got so close to each and every one of them.
I was very excited to step on the field again. The cold was not something I was expecting that game.
I wanted to win. I wanted to run the other teams into the grounds. I wanted to prove to the girls that this year was going to be different.
The Glen Cove and Roosevelt game both showed me like that this year we were probably going to be more of a defensive team.
We got 7 interceptions. In the first 2 games, I was like, wow.
Every person is capable of making a play, and every person is willing to throw their body on the line to get things done. In the past years, at least when I've played, we've lost to Plainview, and it's been blowouts. So going into that game, we had something to prove. Like, we're a different team, we're a better team. We are probably the most talented we've been in a while. Obviously, we wanted a win to start off, but I think tying against them like made that statement for the program and for this team. Like, we're better than you think we are, and we're like here to stay.
The night before the game, I was like, we're playing like Valley Stream tomorrow. And, like, there's no way that I'm gonna lose to this team after last year. So I was definitely fired up. I was ready to go, and we beat them, and it showed that we weren't the same team and that we came back stronger.
Being 4-0-1, that was so exciting. That gave so much confidence to every girl on the team.
We worked our tails off to not give up any scores and not let up any points, and we got interceptions and we pulled flags. So I was just really happy, and I was really excited to see what was coming for our team. They just kept scoring, and we just couldn't stop it.
Walking off the field, everyone's heads were down. They just did not want to talk about the game.
Knowing like we didn't do our best was hard to accept, and you never want to leave a game feeling like you could have done more, and that's what I think everyone felt like after that game. And after starting off the season so strong, you would have thought that we would have put up a fight against them.
After the Plain Edge game, I was really pissed. I don't think I ever questioned them about how good we were. I think that I was just more mad because we just played a really bad game.
We did not want to have that same feeling again, and we knew we wanted to win and to prove that we can come back.
it was really a bounce back. We had to prove that that clean edge game was just a false alarm, and we are still a really good team who can go so far. And stepping on the field, just getting opportunities to get picks again. We had pick sixes, we had touchdowns, and I felt that we were just playing better again. I think that after the Farmingdale game, we weren't really on track to keep winning and playing good.
It felt like we were kind of flatlining.
We lost to MacArthur, and then we beat Herrick's, and then we lost division in a really frustrating game as well. And I think that killed us a little bit because we were so up and down as a team, and being up and down isn't good because you want to keep the morale high.
To some extent, it was how young we were. Like, it was inconsistent because a lot of these girls hadn't experienced what being on a team like this is, but you can only blame it on how old you are so much.
Our flag pulling was a big problem.
Early on in the season, we didn't have to worry about flag pulling as much because teams were just trying to throw the ball up in the air and we could easily catch it. And then against Plain Edge, we obviously saw that we could not pull flags. We kept just grabbing for the bottom of the flag, and the flag would just slip out of our hands.
We really made like an effort to practice it and to make sure that it wouldn't happen again. And it wasn't showing in the games that we were practicing.
I knew that we couldn't win games unless our offense started producing.
I was definitely concerned as to why we couldn't score more than 2 touchdowns a game.
We couldn't finish anything. If we got a lot of yards, we couldn't score touchdowns.
Definitely something scary based on the expectations we had for this season. We knew we had talent with Arini coming in as a quarterback. We had returning players on the offense. There's a saying, like, you practice how you play, and at this point, it's when I realized, like, something needed to change. Like, I don't know if it was the energy of the team, if it was, like, the work we were putting in.
Making sure that we completed, like, every single pass and getting, like, a decent amount of yards on each run, and not just, like, laughing or goofing off, like, after we make a mistake, like, taking the mistake seriously and seriously focusing on how we can better from it.
Knowing that Massapequa was next, we lost to Massapequa the last 2 years, so how serious I was taking the game, how serious Haley took the game, I think it reflected on the rest of the team. They really started to realize, like, if we want to be something great at the end of this year, like, now's the time that you have to put in the work.
I was really frustrated because our inconsistencies were showing yet again.
It definitely felt like we were a little bit defeated. We didn't feel good about where we were because that position's hard to be in when you're down by so much.
Every time that the ball was up in the air near me, I knew I wasn't going to let anybody else get it, and I knew that I was going to catch the ball and no one was going to stop me from catching the ball, and I think that that kind of leaked into all the other girls. That shows the tenacity of the team, and that shows the determination of the team, because we just wouldn't let up.
Walking out of there with a tie would have definitely satisfied me.
I told myself it's only a minute left, like, you got this, just focus, and the game will be all over in a minute.
I could not believe that they got all the way down to the field in one play after we just tied up the game.
It was like, why? Like, why did we do that kind of thing?
Watching our defense fall apart within a minute left, it was just not a good feeling. We've been questioning, like, if our defense and offense could play good at the same time, and we just saw that it couldn't.
I was walking to the bus and I was crying, and I got on the bus and I was crying, and I was just scrolling on my phone, but I wasn't even thinking about what I was seeing on my phone. I was thinking about, like, how could we let that happen? I was just so defeated afterwards. I watched that game film over and over and over again. I think I watched it 3 times in that one night.
It's very easy to be so upset about how the game didn't go in the way we wanted it to, but on the other side, like, you have to think about how hard we worked and the resilience we showed throughout that game. We had so much to be proud of, like, working so hard to come back and playing so well in the second half. After that Massapequa game, after Haley played the way she did, everyone kind of felt this like momentum wave.
Definitely like increase our thoughts of the ability that we have and the potential that we could win more and more and more. And it was all very hopeful that we could be something greater.
Felt a little bit like the Massapequa game. We came out a little flat.
It was disappointing because we did have a great offense in the games prior, and then our offense just wasn't producing again, and then our defense made a couple of silly mistakes.
A lot of the girls were like very down at halftime, so Haley and I kind of took it upon ourselves to say like, we're not down by 20 right now, like we still have a chance to come back.
Even though we didn't get to win the game, I think that our team definitely had a lot to show by coming back and dominating the second half.
Going into the Port Washington game, thinking like if we win this, we get a home playoff game, which we hadn't had in years. It was definitely something special to fight for. That gave us like an extra boost of confidence and motivation.
It was definitely a great feeling beating Port Washington. We kind of put our all into that game because we wanted the 3 seed.
I think gave a lot of confidence to the team that we could go into postseason and we can go far.
After like not knowing what to expect, this was the best possible expectation I could have had, like coming into this season. After seeing all the talent, knowing we were going to be something good, and then ended up winning 10 games overall, it's a pretty great thing to see, and it's pretty good to me that we were able to do that with such a young team. I think our team was definitely a championship level team.
I mean, we'd been playing good by the end of the season, and we already beat Herrick's.
It was a lot of practice. We had a lot of days to prepare. Almost too much time, I think, because if you get kind of lazy and lethargic, you don't get real game time reps in beforehand. But we try to be as successful in practice as possible. We try to do as much as possible and learn as much. Before the game, I was like, guys, I really don't want this to be my last game. I don't think that people realize that opportunities like that come and go. I don't think that they realize that until they're in that spot. I don't think that they realize that this could be the last time that they're in playoffs. This could be the last time that they could possibly win a championship.
This game, it kind of like felt different because I knew the capabilities this team had, and I kind of was nervous if things didn't go our way. Like, the potential this team had was going to be wasted, and that would be so unfortunate.
The defense that started was hot. We were pulling flags.
Really just like showed like, oh, the work that we've been putting in over our practices really has been showing.
I was confident. I was confident that we were going to keep playing good and that we were going to keep doing well. We were up 7-0, so what else is there to think? I mean, being up 7-0 against a team who you've beaten before is a good feeling. It makes you feel like you can do it and that you have all the skill and talent to do it.
It was just everything that we've been working to do the whole entire season, and watching it play out was just so exciting.
We didn't really give them any room to breathe, and that was nice because it was getting towards the end of the game and we were wrapping things up. It was just, we were almost there.
But in football, things can happen like extremely quick.
We all got a little too confident, and we all were a little too sure that we were gonna win, and I guess we kind of like weren't as focused.
I was mad that we let them score. I mean, I wanted it to be a shutout, but there's little enough time on the clock where we can just keep the ball and run the clock out.
I was definitely like surprised we were throwing the ball because I understand we needed to get yards, but in moments like those, I feel like it's typical for us to run the ball with Victoria, and they had no timeouts, and running the ball like wastes time.
It was kind of demoralizing.
They were only down by 1 score. They just had a huge interception, which put them not very far away from the end zone. So I think everyone was a little bit shocked, and I think everyone was just like clouded by like the disappointment of the play that just happened before.
I told the girls and I told myself that we've held people down before in the past. We can do it again.
We let 4 girls miss the quarterback's flags, and seeing the fact that one player can get through 4 of us after practicing flag pulling like every single day at practice just came back and haunted us.
I was thinking, how could this have happened? We were up 13-0. How did it get to this point?
I don't think that I was really defeated. I was more of just pissed off. I was like, why did we put ourselves in this position? Like, why did we do this again to ourselves?
But it also wasn't the end of the game. Like, it's tied now, and we still have time left on the clock, so it's important that we focus. Going into overtime, it definitely felt like we were defeated.
I don't want to say gave up, but people were stressed out. They weren't thinking straight.
I was really nervous. I kept thinking about last season, and it was like a sense of deja vu almost.
All of us who were in that playoff game last year definitely had the experience, and it was really important that we made it clear to everyone on the team that like we're in a position where we have the chance to win right now. Like, now's our time to show up, and if it's not now, it's like now or never.
We all felt the weight of this situation, and having that in the back of our minds put this pressure on ourselves to not make any mistakes, and I think it made us nervous and led to us dropping balls, not being able to complete a pass.
It's like a broken record, I feel like. I feel like the same thing just kept happening over and over again throughout the season.
My heart like dropped into my stomach, and like I was in a state of shock where like I couldn't believe like that's it, like it's over.
I don't think I've been more upset over a game than that game, like in all sports.
There's just no way. Like, that's not how it ends. I was like, it almost felt like a fever dream. I was like, there's no way that this is what is happening.
I just kept thinking about the game, and I couldn't stop thinking about it, and our teammates were texting and talking about it, and we were all just in shock and disbelief, and so sad that the season was over because we didn't think it was going to be over.
I actually had to drive up to Boston directly after the game for soccer, and that was about a 4-hour car ride, and I was playing Never Enough, the song, like on repeat, because that was like our pre-game warm-up song with the team. And I wasn't really thinking about the loss, to be honest. I wasn't thinking about how we lost or the game in general. I was just thinking about how I was never going to play with the Bellmore-Merrick Chargers again, which stuck with me for a while after. I don't want the playoff game to overshadow the season because we did have a very successful season. We learned a lot, we won a lot, we did a lot, and the bond that this team created was unimaginable to what we thought it was going to be.
I think it was a transformation year, and it was overall a learning experience.
Especially since the team was so many new people. Like, now we're only going to get better because we have more time to grow with one another. And I think knowing that we had the potential to make it all the way to the Long Island Championship, I think it's the most motivation you could really have. It's definitely like our fuel for next season.
Chargers on 3, family on 6, 1, 2, 3. Chargers! 4, 5, 6. Family!